PD for RAP 3. We're going to continue focusing on differentiation, and we're going to look at it through the lens of students with IEPs. So in our first differentiation session, we talked about differentiation being the idea that we as teachers are giving students everything they need to access the material and be successful as learners. And we thought about group individualization or group differentiation. And so the group of learners we're thinking about today are students with IEPs. And IEP accommodations and modifications are definitely a form of differentiation and a piece that's really been missing from our conversation about differentiation. And so this PD will hopefully open up some areas of growth for our campus and think about how we can show growth in those areas. So as you know from the SOMOS a few weeks ago, Hodges came to our campus and conducted a Sunnyside SPED review with the help of Callis, Eldar, and myself. And we went into classrooms across grade levels to see how accommodations looked and how they were supporting students accessing the material. So some strengths that we saw were students consistently referencing foldables in some classes. Some RAP tests had started that day, and the accommodations in RAP tests looked appropriate. Teachers were checking in one-on-one with the right students who had that accommodation, and also, like we saw star packets or accommodated materials in classes. We identified a few areas of growth as a team, and the first is giving students the read aloud option on exit tickets or independent work. And so this is something that as a gen ed teacher, I feel like took me a few years to wrap my head around, that I needed to do this for students not only on quizzes and RAP tests, but also on exit tickets. And I found that as far as like work completion and supporting students to stay focused and be successful on exit tickets, like reading aloud exit tickets to students like Felipe or other students who have this accommodation was really supportive, and I saw a big change in students when I read aloud to them. A second area of growth is making sure that students have visual references to access the material, whether that's word walls, keep sheets, or language frames and sentence starters. And the third is teachers using language around behavior plans or point sheets. So, we have these behavior plans in place, and we've identified goals that we want students to focus on, and we agree that these are the right goals. And it's just thinking about how we use language to invest students in the point sheet or in their behavior plan so that they see that we're all on the same page and that they know at all points what their goals are and whether they're meeting those goals or not meeting those goals. So thinking about those three areas of growth, we've got a plan for how to ensure growth on our campus, using this time during our virtual PD to just kind of let you know what our goals are and what our steps are going to be moving forward. So the first step is going to be, I'm going to ask that you complete a survey. It'll be about a 5-minute survey after this presentation so that we can gather data on, as a starting point for where we are in these three areas of growth. From there, the instructional leadership team is going to develop their own capacity in visual references and how to use them in the classroom in order to then build capacity in teachers through coaching. And then as far as the language around behavior plans, working as grade level teams, since each of our students' behavior plans are individualized, and we don't, we work with the students on our own grade level. We will work together in grade level teams to participate in role plays and get some practice around what language you can use to support students to meet their goals on their behavior plans and to make sure that they're hearing the same language from all teachers all day. And finally, once we've identified our starting point through the survey and then used coaching to support teachers and build up accountability, we'll conduct another Sunnyside SPED review in February, and at that point I'll be able to report out how we did in our goals. So I appreciate you listening and learning about our goals as far as differentiating for students with IEPs. And I appreciate you taking the survey that you'll find in the email where you found this presentation.